What's going on, everybody? A little different spot today. For those of you who don't know, this is the river where I was baptized. It's where my church baptizes our members, and it's a very special place for me. It's peaceful, and I've been here for so long that I never really knew that this was here. I know it's been a while since I've made one of these, and I'm going to talk about that a bit. I made the last video about my health, and I've still been sick. It's been over a month with my sinuses, a double ear infection, and it kind of got a lot worse within the last week or so, where I was very tired, run down, everything hurt, I was coughing, I lost my voice for a little bit. Still not 100%, but I'm here, and I'm upright. I'm actually standing in the river with my shoes off. And I just felt like this is where I wanted to share some more of my testimony. Because, as you also know, we got a new house. And I've been working on renovating it. And it's been go, go, go since the beginning of April with all the house stuff. And I've been struggling with being sick because I've been so run down and so tired. And it's opened the door for attacks from the enemy to lie to me and make me question a lot of things. I was questioning what I was doing wrong, that I was being punished for by being sick. And it's really stupid because, God doesn't punish us for anything. He loves us. He wants nothing but the best for us. But I was so weak, and I lost some of my focus. And the enemy just used that to just come in and attack. And I fell victim to it. And it was easy, because I was just so run down. My focus was spread in so many different areas that I kind of let it happen. Even though I tried to stay focused, it was hard. But I realize now that I wasn't focused in the right areas of my faith. And this weekend has been very eye-opening, very uplifting, and it's been really cool, honestly, to see God work. I want to talk about when you feel the urge to do something, to talk to somebody, to do something out of your comfort zone, or go out of your way and do something that you don't know why you have the urge to do it. Trust that God's going to lead you places for a reason. I had an experience that happened to me on Friday that really kicked off this weekend and opened my heart to what God was really trying to tell me. And I was trying to buy something from somebody off Marketplace, and that's how random it is. I was supposed to meet up with them on Thursday, but I ended up going home early because I wasn't feeling good, so I didn't end up meeting them on Thursday. So I tried meeting them again on Friday, and we were supposed to meet at 4 o'clock, and at 3:15 I was heading down towards their house, and I still didn't have an address. I just knew the community that they lived in. So I messaged them at 3:15 and tried to get an address of, hey, I'm on my way, just tell me where I need to go. And I didn't really get a response, but I was driving from a little distance, so it wasn't really that concerning. Then 4 o'clock rolls around, and I'm about to get off the exit, and I did get off the exit to go stop at the gas station, and I messaged them again, and I didn't get a response. And if you happen to see this video, the people who are in this story, just know that God used you in such an amazing way that you don't fully understand. And they might see this video, and that's coming later in this story. But I didn't get any response from him, and I was a little frustrated. And I decided I had to go home because I was volunteering for the youth group scavenger hunt. So I had a time constraint. I had to be home. So I went home and I messaged them, and I was like, hey, listen, you didn't answer. I'm not interested. And they messaged me when I got home, and it was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We had some unexpected company, and they stayed a little bit longer than we expected. And I said, yeah, no problem. I'm home. I'm not close enough to come back, and I got stuff going on all weekend that I'm just not going to be able to meet you. I was supposed to be working on the house this weekend, and I'll tell you that didn't happen, but that's also for another point of this story. So they offered to come and meet me here at where I live, and I didn't expect them to do that, but I was grateful. It was parts and tools for my RC cars, because I'm always working on them, helping other people. So it was something that I wanted. So they drove all the way down here to meet me, and we introduced ourselves, shook hands, and I thanked the gentleman for coming up here to meet me. And he told me that he wasn't going to, because he doesn't normally meet people. But then he saw my video, one of these videos that I shared on my Facebook page, and he decided to come down. He's also a believer. He's been a believer for a lot longer than I have, but I got to share my testimony and hear some of his testimony. And it was a really cool interaction that was completely unexpected. And the biggest piece of advice that he told me he wanted to give me was, in everything, seek the kingdom of heaven. It really resonated with me, because as I told you guys, I was feeling run down. I was wondering what I was doing wrong, and I was still trying to stay focused on God, but I was focusing too much on everything else going on around me that it was hard to stay focused on the one who has the power to help us all. And when they told me that, it really opened my eyes and softened my heart to the full message of what I was receiving this weekend. And we spoke some more about everything going on, and he talked about when you feel the Lord leading you somewhere, even if people tell you you're crazy, just trust that God has big plans for us, and he has big plans for me. And it really spoke to me, because these videos, like I said, I do them for you guys. I do them to bring him glory. I don't want to be famous from them. I just want to know that I'm making a difference. And it's cool when random people find them and make a difference. And I invited them to church on Sunday, which is today when I'm recording this, and they did. They came and showed up, and it was really amazing. And as I go through the weekend, I went and volunteered at the youth event. I had so much fun, and I was stationed at another church in the area, and it was a scavenger hunt that the teens had to go find different things around town. And I was one of the stations, and while I was sitting there, I'm sitting next to a flower bed. Something I used to do in my past was photography, and nature was always my subject. It was something that I was very passionate about, something that I did often, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I haven't done it for years. And while I'm sitting there waiting for the kids to show up, because there was 5 different groups, and I didn't know how long it was going to take. They had an hour to do the whole hunt. Town's not that big, so it could have been 5 minutes for everyone. It could have been 45 minutes for everyone to come through. And I'm sitting next to this flower bed, and there's bees buzzing around, and it was always something that I loved taking pictures of. So I pulled out my phone and I started taking pictures of the flowers again. And I really enjoyed it. And I wish I had my full camera set up with me at the time, but I didn't. And that's okay. And as I go through with that, I had so much fun helping and serving, because that's what I'm called to do. I'm called to help others. And after the scavenger hunt, we spent some time talking to people, sharing the story about this whole marketplace deal and everything. And then we went to church today. And I was serving on the welcome team. I was serving at the welcome table, which I did take a little bit of a break from the welcome team, because I ended up serving out of obligation, not out of love or because I was saved. It turned into a chore for me, and I burnt myself out, because I volunteered in every position that I possibly could, every team, everything that I physically could do, because I felt like I had to. And I know I talked about that in a previous video, but I needed to get back. I needed to get back to serving the Lord and serving our people. So I did, and today was the first day back. And it just felt so fulfilling. As we go through church and the sermon and everything, I realized that throughout this whole sickness, I have been missing the point. As much as I've tried to stay focused on him, I haven't put as much focus into him as I should have. And with everything that happened this weekend, I realized that my focus has been so much on all the things that I need to do that I haven't really been enjoying the journey. This house was a gift from God, and it's not as nice as our old house is, but at the same time it's nicer. It's just old and it needs some paint and some little changes here and there, but it already feels better. It's more open, there's more room for us, and it was a gift from God. The story of how we got it, it doesn't add up, and the only explanation is that it was meant to be from God, and I fully believe that. But I've been so focused on all the things that I have had to do there that I haven't been enjoying the journey. I haven't been enjoying the fact that it's our house now and that we live there. And I realized that there's a lot of things in my life that I've been so focused on responsibilities and, things that I have to do because the world tells us we have to, adult responsibilities, all that stuff, that I haven't really been focusing on what really matters. And there's a song by Josiah Queen, it's called What Matters Most or something like that. And I heard it this week and it resonated with me, and I didn't know why until now. And I realize now that I've lost sight of all the little things that matter. I've been so focused on all that I've had to do that I haven't enjoyed the blessing of the new house. And I want to make it nice, and part of this new house, the blessing was that we can entertain people. But the house isn't perfect, and we're still able to do that now. So it doesn't have to be done. I don't have to focus on getting it all done now. I can just enjoy that we're there, enjoy that we have the opportunity to do it. And Saturday we had people over. I was going to get work done on the house. I was supposed to do the kitchen with my buddy, but I was sick, so I didn't get the demolition done, and he was going to come over and help me on Saturday. But I'm like, dude, I appreciate your offer, but I need your help putting it together, not taking it apart. So I'm like, we're going to pick a different weekend. And I decided to rest this weekend instead. And the more that I focus on just being in community, being in his presence, being in the blessings that he set forth for us, it really opened my eyes. I gotta slow down. I gotta take the time to enjoy the little things. I'm here recording because I have time today and I don't need to work. I have a lot of stuff to do at the house, but it can wait. I'll be there tomorrow. And I felt like this was more important today. So that's what I'm doing. But I got some people coming, so I'm gonna sign off here. All right, a little bit of a change of venue again. Sitting up by the big tree over by the river. The river's still back behind me. There's a group of people down there playing in the river. Might not include this in it, but I didn't want to rush the end of the video. I was taught this weekend to seek the kingdom of heaven in everything. Everything that we go through, everything that we experience, all the hard times, all the good times. You got to remember that even in the good times, seek his guidance, seek his love. It makes everything worth it. Everything that we have is from him. Every opportunity, every blessing, every gift. It's all gift. And it's important to remember that every step of the way. It's important to focus on everything, not just the hard stuff, the big stuff. And that's what I'm going to work on doing. I'm going to sit here in this tree and try to record some more episodes, some more shorts, and just be present in his glory and in his presence, and just sit here in nature that he created. This tree is massive. You probably can't really tell how massive it is, but it's pretty big, and it's on the side of a hill, and it doesn't make sense that it should be here, but here it is. So don't forget to focus on everything, big, small, and enjoy the journey. I love you guys. Till next time, take it one day at a time.